Okay, this is Roger Clayton with Song Construction. This is an old and new song of mine called Those Other People. Join our clan, you will be a better man. Come learn how a man defends himself with guns and some help. Those other people, oh, they're just not like us. They're not good enough. Those other people should be put off this land. Boys, join our clan. Hey, rich boy, won't you come and join our club? We're exclusive, we're above. Come learn all the proper etiquette. How you should walk, talk, stand, sit. Those other people, oh, they're just not like us. They're not rich enough. Those other people, just society's crud. So come on, boys, join our club. Church boy, won't you come and join our church? We're the right ones in your search. Come learn how to get through heaven's gate. Drop your money in the plate. Those other people, oh, they're just not like us. They're not holy enough. Those other people, they'll go to hell for sure. Come on, boys, join our church. Teaches you to walk real straight. It knows how you live. And our clan teaches to resent and hate. And our church just doesn't care for those other people. Hi, this is Roger Clayton with Song Construction, and I'm going to talk this time a little bit about lyric construction. that particular song would fall under the category of a socially conscious song. Back when I was first getting into music, there were a lot of those kind of songs out. We had Dylan and like Fortunate Son by Fogerty, a lot of stuff Fogerty wrote. There was a lot of songs that would fall in that category, folk songs and rock and roll, in that category of socially conscious. And it, you look around and you see things going on you don't agree with, you write a song about it. Or things that bother you, write a song about it. And, I was raised in the Deep South, and I was around quite a bit of racism as a kid. I was in southern Florida. That's pretty much as deep south as you can get without falling into the water. And especially a lot of the men in my life and a lot of the people I were around were very racist. There's a couple reasons though I never really got a hold of me. One, my mom and grandmother were very godly people, and my grandmother had a real strong influence. She was a very intelligent Southern lady. And I remember at Christmas one year I was staying with her around the holidays, and she was baking all these pies. And this lady could cook. She was probably one of the best cooks that ever lived, as far as I'm concerned. And I've never seen anybody top her. And her pies were just legendary. And she was making all these pies up around Christmas time. And I called her Sil. Her name was Lucille. And I called her Sil from when I was a little kid. And I said, Sil, what are you doing? Why are you making all these pies? She said, well, I can't afford to buy presents for my friends, so this is for my friends. You can help me deliver them. So we took all these pies, put them in her old car, and went around in Indiantown, Florida, giving pies to people. And one of the things that I noticed was most of the people we brought the pies to weren't white folks. It was quite a few Hispanics and African Americans, mostly, in fact. And they were her friends. They were her main friends. And I remember one time when I was little, I saw something on the news with the Ku Klux Klan, and I had no idea what the Klan was about. And I asked my grandmother, because I was into horror movies and spooky stuff, and I see these weird guys in robes with the fire. I thought it might be something cool. So I asked my grandmother, and all she told me was, son, those are stupid, ignorant rednecks. Don't ever have anything to do with them. And later I learned why she said that. But that had a strong effect on me as far as the racism goes. But a lot of my heroes also were black men. I mean, Chuck Berry, Little Richard, Willie Dixon, Howlin' Wolf, all the blues guys, and of course Hendrix. A lot of my main heroes, men I looked up to, were black men. So again, it didn't make sense to dislike somebody because of their skin color and then admire them because of the way they can make music. It just didn't work for me. You got to be real double-minded, I guess, to think like that. But so I never really fell into it, even though I was around it. And none of my band members were racist, and we just didn't go for that. But as I grew up, I saw there were other kinds of bigotry. I saw social bigotry. I saw people that thought they were above me because they had more money than me, and I saw people in the church, because I was in the church, I was around it, and I saw in ministry there are people, if you don't worship just like they do and believe exactly line and every dot and tittle the way they do, then you're not saved, you're not going to heaven, you're not a Christian. And I think that's just as wrong. And so that's what inspired this particular song. Now I said it's an old and new song, and this is something you can do as a songwriter. The original version of this was written back in the mid-'80s, and I had a 3-piece hard rock band, and this song was like a heavy hard rock blues song. I mean a hard rock, southern rock type song, not blues, southern rock. It was real heavy. And I remembered it recently, and I thought, wow, I really like the lyrics to that, but there's no way I could pull that off on an acoustic guitar. So I just wrote a complete new vocal melody and complete new arrangement. And so the lyrics are old, but everything else is brand new. And as a songwriter, it's your song. If you decide to do that, even if you've copyrighted it one way, you can always re-copyright it another way and do it different. But I just want to talk about the socially conscious thing. Those kind of songs aren't real in right now, I guess. You don't see a lot of people doing that kind of thing. But I hope it comes back. I hope people, again, begin to write about social issues And I think there's a market for it. I think it's commercial. I think people will be moved by it. And if you're a songwriter, think about that. Think about, just instead of writing "she left me and I'm hurting," or "he left me and broke my heart," write something that really moves you in that area, about something, social issues, things you see going on in the world that move you, and you'll be surprised the words that'll come to you. And this song, again, it's obviously an anti-prejudice song, but it kind of exaggerates the point. Another thing about the lyric in this song, and I wanted to talk about repeating themes in your lyrics. You'll notice 3 times in the song it says "come learn." The redneck bigot says "come learn how a man defends himself," and I'm not anti-gun, so don't get that impression. The next verse says "come learn all the proper etiquette," then "come learn how to get through heaven's gate." Each time you see that repeating phrase in the lyric, and it really builds the strength of the song. Also, the hook, "those other people," repeats over and over. One time they're not good enough, one time they're society's crud, they don't believe like us, or they don't worship like us. So, but it's always "those other people." I think anytime you think you're superior to other people, I think your thinking's wrong. Something's wrong with you. God so loved the world that he gave his son for everybody. He doesn't pick favorites, so we shouldn't either. And, maybe you are richer. Maybe you're more athletic. Maybe you've got a college degree and are more educated. Just doesn't mean you're superior. So don't think you are. And that's what I wanted to say with this song. And see, that's the thing about songwriting. You can say something with a song that you couldn't say any other way. You can make a point with music that you couldn't make any other way. So this is Roger Clayton with Song Construction. To all you songwriters out there, happy songwriting, and I'll see you next week, same time, same channel.